Hello all you people out there in TV land. My name is CB Studios, also known as Kurt, and today we're going to do a little bit of a video, something a little bit different. In fact, I've got a few Ghostface related items that I'm going to show off, but we got a box. What's in the box? Well, I'm going to show you. You're going to come unboxing with me. And then we're going to go over the other stuff too. So, let's check it out. We're going to use my trusty blunted buck knife to open this box, and this is from my buddy W.S. Bullen. I know this lovely gentleman from the lovely land of the internet, and he sent me a message and was like, hey, my man, did you manage to get one of these? And I said to him, no, I couldn't get one because I live in Australia. And while Australia is in the future, at least for the United States, we don't get anywhere near enough cool stuff that the United States does get. So he said, hey, I've got a few on order. When it comes to August, if you want one, let me know. And it came to August, and he got his shipment in, and I said, yes, I would love one. And he charged me just shipping from the wonderful world of the United States for this one, and I'm stoked as hell. You know, opening stuff with this is really funny until you actually have to open shit, and then it becomes really awkward. So we'll have to organize something nice in return for this awesome piece. So let's pop this open and see what's inside. Oh my. Inside the box is another box. First box goes down. And really, at this point, once we rotate this around, you should know what's in the box, because I know what's in the box. And yeah, I didn't manage to get these. I don't think they actually hit Australia when these were released, which is a shame. I did look everywhere to try and find one. But yeah, he sent me a message and was like, my dude, I've got a few on order from this second run that they're doing. Are you interested? And I was very interested. And yeah, just to send it to me free of charge, shipping only, it's a really, really nice move. Oh, and so this is much bigger than I originally expected to. And I'm really, really excited to see this. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm so glad. We have the Ghostface popcorn bucket. Yeah! Now I am going to take him out of his plastic bag because the plastic bag slightly licenses Scream. We might keep the packaging. I don't know. I have not decided. We're not going to keep the packaging. We're not going to keep it. I don't care. I just want this thing open. I want to look at it. We are going to put the plastic back in the thing. Oh man, this is one of the coolest cinema tie-ins I think I've ever seen. There's been some good ones. There have been some good ones. But this one is just, like, the Do You Like Scary Movies on the back is inspired. Gorgeous sculpt of the mask on the front. Actually pretty hefty inside too, very nice. The mask on the front is a separate piece, which is cool. You can actually see some mounting points on the inside. And then it's this really nice polypropylene. It's a polypropylene popcorn container. I'm not going to fill it with popcorn, although I really wish I could, because this is awesome. My friend, thank you so much for sending this my way. I really, really appreciate it. We'll organize something really nice for you in return. This is rad. This is going to look amazing in the collection. Alright, so now that we've got item number one out of the way, and we're going to sit him here, he can overlook the entire video, because why not? Let's take a look at some of the other Ghostface scores that I've got. Most of these are unlicensed, except for one of them, which is a real object, and so we may as well start with the real object. This is a buck 119. Now, this is a real buck knife. This actually matches my 120 really, really well. We're going to pop him out of the sheath here, and I'll show you. Now, this has been blunted as well. I don't keep any of my knives sharp, purely because I'm clumsy as shit, and I don't want to die. We have a buck 119 compared to a buck 120. Now, I might end up doing a comparison video on these further down the line. I actually think that could be really fun. But the buck 120 is Ghostface knife from the Scream series. Now, obviously, there are some differences in that. Scream 2 had some custom ones, Scream 4 had some custom ones, etc, etc, etc. But ultimately, it is the buck 120 that is the overall Ghostface knife. The buck 119 is Brandon James's knife from the MTV Scream series. And we know I love the MTV Scream series. This is a much shorter blade. I think this is an 8-inch versus the 10-inch of the buck 120. And this is just a really, really nice little knife. It's really cool in the hand. The handle length is actually the same as the 120. And I will eventually be molding this so I can make my own resin ones. And I will eventually be molding this so I can make my own resin ones, as I really want to do resin con safe buck knife for myself, buck 119, for myself, for my Brandon James. So keep an eye out for a video on how to mold a real knife, how to make some resin replicas of a real knife at some point in the future, because that's something that a lot of people have asked for. This was traded from my fantastic friend Jacob. We all know Jacob. He's supplied a bunch of rad stuff for the collection. He's got a fantastic collection of his own. He doesn't sell these. This was his one that he's traded to me, and I'm really, really glad to have it in my collection. Jacob's going to be getting a couple of the resin ones once they're done. Getting into the Halloween season, we start to see a whole lot of Ghostface stuff show up. We see a whole lot of licensed stuff, and we see a whole lot of non-licensed stuff. And I was walking through a bargain store that we have here in Australia called The Reject Shop, and I found these. It's Ghostface string lights. They're little LED lights in a small plastic container. They are a facsimile of Ghostface. They're not super accurate, but it was $6, and I like them more than I like the official Fun World ones. So I picked these up. In fact, I picked up 2 sets. Lights. That's it. It's just warm white LEDs, but they got Ghostface on them. They're pretty rad. I don't know what else you want from this channel, hey. Next up on dumb shit that I bought that has Ghostface on it, we have from Daiso. It's a little $2.80 shop. It's a Japanese chain store, basically a little dollar store from Japan. A lot of their stuff is really rad. In fact, all of the foam heads that all of my masks are on up here, all of those ones, they're all from Daiso because they've got a really nice wide base and actually are fairly proportional for a head. Well, in their toiletries aisle, they had these. They're toothbrush covers. One in each of these packets is a Ghostface. I bought them. Spent like $6 on this. Fun. That's it. They're just toothbrush covers. They're really dumb, but they're part of the Ghostface collection, so let's add them to the collection. And finally, I like toy hunting. We all know I like toys. We know I like to buy toys and toy-related stuff. This was in Mr. Toy's Toy World. As I was walking through, I found them. I remember seeing these in the 90s, and they had the mouth that you explode and stuff out through there. It's basically a knockoff Stretch Armstrong, but it's Ghostface. Now, this dude is from a Stretcher Pals movies range, or movies series, and he is called Screamy. And it is a Ghostface, and it's actually a really interesting little sculpt. It's pretty close to the Dead by Daylight sculpt, which is cool. I searched through a fuckload of stores here in Brisbane trying to find one, and I managed to find one in Brisbane City, in the Mr. Toys there, but every single other store that I went into, no Screamies. They had the Dracula, they had the Frankenstein, they had the King Kong, they had the dude from that fucking Rami Malek TV show. But yeah, no Screamy. So it's one of, I think, 3 that we found throughout the entire fucking state. So I got a Screamy. He's nice and heavy. He is a silicone rubber. He's stretch. Oh yeah, he's stretch. It feels really cheap. And I'm fairly certain it's leaking sand. So I'm not going to play with him. I'm going to hang him up on a peg and have him on display because he's Screamy. Just to add to the collection because they're fucking weird. And I don't know why I bought him, but it was $10. So, yay, $10. Well, friends, that's kind of this nice little update video. Really, I wanted an excuse to unbox this on camera and show off some of the other dumb stuff that I've been able to find that is Ghostface related here in Australia. It's not often that we get to find cool stuff, but when we do, I need to go ham and I need to add it to the collection. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you enjoy Ghostface content, please do check out the rest of my channel. The majority of it's Ghostface, because I do really enjoy the character and I really enjoy the masks. If you want to see more unboxings and things like this, please tell me down below that you want to see that, and I will continue trying to film them. And until next time, guys, please, somebody stop me from buying stuff.